Welcome back, guys. If you haven't seen part 1 of this episode, go back and watch that. This here is all about their career and the crazy shit that they've done. And the first episode was all about the business and getting to the stage. Tell me, like, about some crazy, for you, like, at the moment in time that you did it was super crazy, like moments in this industry that you've done that you're like, holy shit, we did that. May not seem as crazy now that you've done other shit, but like at the time you're like, holy fuck, I can't believe I did that.
I've got a really good one that to this day, like I'm still like, I can't believe I did that. It was my second time ever collabing with a girl and second time ever having sex with a girl.
Yeah.
Jasmine and I went to a nudist beach on Ladies Bay and we walked down there, naked men and women everywhere. We walked through the beach and we like filmed some content, like we were like oiled up and like doing twerking videos and like things like that, and like people just swarmed, like everyone was so interested. And then we're like, hey, like some guys are like, oh, can we just stand here and watch? Like we had people coming up to, we have videos of people asking us, like guys come up with oil, like, oh, can we give you a massage, things like that. And then we walked down to like a more private part of the beach, or like we walked along where no one really was. Yeah. And we were with her boyfriend at the time and we shot a video. Yeah. The whole beach came and just swarmed around us. And I'm having my first ever second ever sexual experience with a girl in front of a crowd of like 20 guys. Naked men. And there was some women there as well. Yeah. Some were doing their thing, you know, rubbing themselves off. Really? Yeah, and
that's fucked up.
It was kind of liberating in a way, because I'm like, that was a crazy sexual experience. It's something that I will tell for many years, be like, I can't believe I did that kind of thing. But in the moment, like, it just felt so like, this is my naked body, and like it was kind of fun. Yeah, it's not something that I'm like gross about, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's you know, like something like that's one of those things that like in porn is like, hey, let's set the scene up. Let's pretend you guys are all like just hanging out at the beach and then these crazy girls came along. But it's like real life.
Yeah, it was
like,
real.
Can you imagine what those guys were thinking?
I know.
Like, they must have lost their shit.
Did I die and go to heaven? Like,
loving it.
They must have lost their shit. They're like, holy fuck, I'm going to get to fucking do this live.
Like,
What, like, it would be such a crazy thing, especially if they're like single guys, or even if they're not. Let's be honest, fuck, it doesn't matter if they're single or not. Yeah. But like, it would be a crazy story. Imagine the story that they've told.
Yeah, they've like, we just went down to the beach and these bitches were just fucking each other. Like, we were full like pussy eating, oiled up, like butt naked on the beach. And it was just like, I can't believe that we just did that. But it was a cool experience, and I feel like that also made me so much more confident, you know. Like we went from filming one video in like her bedroom at her mum's house to like second video like naked in front of everyone.
Let's do a live show.
And it was kind of like a performance, you know, because you're not only performing for the camera, but now you've got an audience.
And like okay, like there's so many questions and I don't know which ones to ask, but like, so those guys watching, like, and you know, you're saying they're all having a rub and a tug and everything like that, but like, was it like, did they try to start up conversation? Like, it seems like a real awkward thing.
Yeah, so they kept their distance. It wasn't like they all just circled around and like, you know, sort of biscuit in the middle. No, nothing like that. They kind of just all like slowly leaked in through, like, come.
That's funny. And so you just like a whole bunch of naked dudes just standing around, and then a couple girls, you said.
There was like, but they're all older people as well, which I feel like also in a way, I feel like it was kind of liberating that they're all naked. I feel like if they had clothes on, it would be a little bit more weird. But everyone here like is confident in showing their body. Everyone is just like, this is just a body, and we're all just like out here with our dicks out, and it's normal. So that was like also another like liberating kind
takes
of
a certain type of person to go to a nudist beach, right? Like they're not people who are like, if you did that in the middle of Queen Street, you know, it's a whole fucking different thing, right? And it's a bit fucked up, but crazy.
You know what you're signing up for when you go down those stairs into Ladies Bay.
100%. And about yourself?
It's so hard to like think of one. Like,
give us 3 then.
Okay.
Go.
My first ever collab was real funny. Like, I was like doing a collab with a girl, and she was just like doing like, we're like using toys on each other and stuff, and like, I'm a squirter, so I can squirt, but like I didn't know I could like squirt. And so we had like a videographer there.
Wait, what does squirt mean?
Like,
what's the difference?
Like, they're squirting.
Let's like really get into this.
Like, they're squirting where it's like
she's gushing.
She's just a little. She's wet. She's wet. She's wet down there.
She's wet down there.
And then there's like
proper like hit you in the face.
And then there's like literally like to
then
the ceiling.
Like, I don't need shower.
Champagne cork like type squirting.
Okay.
So
which one are you? Champagne cork.
I'm champagne. I didn't realize I was champagne girl.
Okay, got it.
But like I am.
Until the girl was like, oh, what is
I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. And so like, we're just like going at it, and I was like, oh, sorry, I might squirt. Just letting you know, like, and they're like, oh no, it'd be so good for like the camera. I'm like, okay, but I'm like, still when you're squirting, you're like, I don't want to make a mess, like, but like normally it's just like little bits, you know, like, but this time, I don't know, maybe I was nervous. I don't know. Yeah. And then it just went like. And like shot and like smacked her in the eye and like smacked the photographer in the face. Like literally, I was just sitting there like, oh, and like they were like covered in my squirt. Like I'm not even just meaning like it's like if I got this like water.
Good icebreaker though. Yeah, it's like, what's your name? Yeah. Now I'm gonna squirt on you.
Yeah, literally, so her stockings were like soaking.
Yeah.
Wow. And stuff. So I'm just like,
I'm jealous.
I didn't know that was humanly capable of like you could actually do that. And so it made a good video though. Yeah. But it was my first ever video. And
how did she react?
Well, she wasn't even gay. She was not even lesbian. So I was just like, how am I?
She pissed on me.
Yeah, she's like, what the fuck? I was like, if it was, she was like, she might have been into it, so I knew she wouldn't have been into it. So I was like, I literally just like squirted over this poor girl. She's literally like drenched, and I'm just like, oh my god. But yeah.
Like, did you stay in character? Or did you like go, I'm so sorry?
Well, because like that's kind of like the Money Shot? The girl version of the Money Shot.
It, right?
So it's like, as long as it literally like my screen grab for the video is literally like it like is like the squirt. Like it looked like I was just going
so
and so it like, yeah, that I just did it, and then I was just like, what was that?
Even if you like leave that natural, like everyone's kind of like people like that, you know, like people like real, to feel, right? Like I get people asking all the time, oh, can I get this video just unedited? Like, and like some unedited, some like adjusting, or like I'm like, like, okay, or just shit like that, you know. But people just like, sometimes, okay. With certain videos, some videos I like give them the unedited, but I will like clip it a little bit, you know.
Some stuff, yeah. That is so funny.
Yeah,
that is so funny. Like,
I'm a party trick.
You know what? And we talked about destigmatization before. Squirting, the way that's been destigmatized over the last few years is crazy. Like, it's just a normal thing these days. Like, it's okay. I shouldn't say normal because it's not something that everyone does.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm one of those people.
Yeah, well, and actually, this is the conversation, right? It's like, unfortunately, I'm not one of those people.
Yeah, I've been trying. I've watched all the Pornhub
She'll
tutorials.
squirt you in the face. It's fine. Like, this has happened. You guys are teammates now. It's fine. She'll
when
squirt
she
all over
told
you.
me, I was like, oh, you're so lucky. But I was like, yay, Thumper's got a squirter.
Yeah. And so the first squirter for Thumper?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mate, that's it. That's your money shot. That's it.
Yeah, I know.
Fuck, that is so. But I like that because like, it is a thing that like, let's say like 5 years ago or maybe 10 years ago, almost no one knew it was a thing.
And embarrassing. Like when I'd have sex with guys, like leaving a massive wet patch on their bed, like looking like I peed on the bed or something. It's so embarrassing. Like when you're a young girl, like when you don't realize. And so I guess watching porn and like being actually girls do that, and so like you shouldn't have sex education from porn, but you're not going to learn about squirting in school. So it's like that did actually make me feel like, oh wait, guys like that. And then I got called, oh my god, I got called Squirtle in high school. So that was my nickname, Squirtle.
Holy fuck, that is the best. Clip that shit out. Clip it out right now and put it up live. Squirtle
was my nickname, and I didn't know why. I was like, is it because like I was like, everyone called me Squirtle.
Yeah.
I was like, who was telling everyone that I was a squirter? But like, it went around because I lived in like, I don't want to say where, but because then everyone would like clock me. Yeah. But like, it was a small place, and everyone knew that I was Squirtle, and except for me, I didn't know what Squirtle meant. And then when I found out, I thought they were making fun of me, and I was like, why are they calling me Squirtle? Is it because I look like a frog or like a turtle or something? And then they're like, no, it's because you squirt. And I'm like, they're like, it's a good thing. And I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I'm Squirtle.
Yeah, I'm like, I want to be called Squirtle. Like my friend calls me Snorlax.
Oh my god, we could have like.
I like that name better.
I love it. That is so funny.
I have like one story. One time that I ever like squirted, I didn't even know it happened.
Yeah.
Was that someone? I didn't even know that it had happened. Like I was in the back seat of my, like I used to drive like a Honda Fit.
Yeah.
And I was like my first car, and I was like seeing this guy, and we were fucking in the back seat of my car. And we both had got high. We were both smoking weed. So my body must have just been so relaxed. Yeah. And then, we do whatever. And then because he was about to go home, and then he pulls out, and I'm like, oh. I was like also like kind of high, so I was a little bit paranoid, you know. I'm like, oh my God, I've just pissed myself like all over this man and I didn't even know. And I was like, I'm so sorry. He's like, no, it's fine. But he had to like go home like right after that. We did like right outside his house with like a sopping wet like grey shorts. It was so bad. I was like, but that was the only time I've ever done it, unfortunately.
That's so good.
So yeah, but Sarita's gonna teach
then.
me. Yeah,
If you can do it once, you can.
But it was not the experience that I thought it would be. I thought I'd be having like this crazy orgasm and I'm gonna be like squirting everywhere. But no, it was kind of like just had sex and then liquid came out. It wasn't like a crazy orgasm, which I thought it would be. But after speaking to her, she's like, nah, like I can squirt and it's not even like an orgasm.
Yeah, like you don't come when you squirt.
Nah.
Like I think that's what guys think. Like I can cream as well. And like, I think I like when I'm getting creamy, like you don't necessarily come, but like that's more so like that's showing more arousal. Like I think squirting is more like you're just so like your muscles are all just like and so it's more just like you can't like handle it anymore and stuff. So it's like it's interesting to see like why, because you're not actually like coming, but it like it's an explosion like that.
I think that's like the most fascinating thing about this is that like for men, like for so long in history, men have had we've controlled sex, we've had the power dynamic of it all, right? We get to come, we shoot our load everywhere, it does all the things right, and it is what it is. And we've like for forever it was like when we finish, it finishes. Yeah. But like what's really cool about like this world that we're in where squirting is like normal and creamy and all this stuff is that we're starting to realize that like the female sexual experience is way more in depth than the man's.
Yeah.
Like the females is like there's so much more to it. Like men, like you can come or you don't come.
You can like just do this like, and it's like, yep, things are good.
There's only one thing that comes out, or like apart from
no, but like there's only one thing you want to do. It's like you come or you don't come. Like like not coming means you didn't have sex.
Yeah.
You know, for a guy, like
exactly,
it's like and I think that that's like a real interesting thing for guys to learn is that that's not the same for men. Like and that's it. And that is like it's actually really funny because it's like as you start to realize that this is a thing, like as a guy, like if you start to realize, fuck, we got the worst end of the stick. Yeah. Like when you always thought you had the best end of it, like and you actually had the worst end of it, which is quite cool. And I feel like just by like what you guys are doing at Thumper, like you're really being able to showcase that, being female led, you're telling female stories, you're doing it from a female perspective where it's not just about the guy's money shot.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like facial shows off everyone.
Which is just not what it's about there, right? Yeah. Any last crazy stories that I should know? Anything crazy that you think?
Fuck, I feel like I premeditated something in the car, but now I need to think.
I feel like it's like, you know, when you've got so many in your brain and it's like, wow.
What about pop vox pop questions? Like you girls might have some too, and guys, Connor, but like, you know, like classic shit. Like, does size matter?
Oh yeah, I like those questions.
Like for like guys like trying to get in this industry, because it's not just a girls' industry. And actually, some of the biggest creators in New Zealand are guys. Yeah. Like, does size matter? Like, does it matter?
I personally think it does.
Yep.
I think it, not necessarily that it has to be big. I'm not saying it has to be big, but I think that it
can't
is.
Be small.
It just can't be small. Sorry, love ya. But
what does that mean?
What does small mean?
What does small mean? Like what's this?
Like micro?
Oh,
like,
this is big.
Okay, what's that?
Big, yeah.
No, the one in front of Zarita.
Why do I get the little? I get the little, the chode.
Get the money shot.
Yeah, there's a chode over there. She's got Jason Love right there. Yeah.
Does size matter?
Does size matter?
Yeah, I definitely think like even if you have a big dick, I think it's also how you work it. Yep. Like I've had sex with guys with big dicks and it's like hurt me, bruised my cervix kind of thing, and it's not necessarily their fault. Yep. But I think around the average, slightly above average is my preferred. Yep. That's just what I enjoy, and I feel like a lot of girls are the same. But yeah, I just feel like I'd say like small. I'm saying like
that height, that length.
Cup is
that small.
Like that small.
Yeah. And for yourself?
I think because I'm like pansexual, like I can just like go for like a variety of like
you love everyone.
Genitalia. I guess like I love everyone. It depends on like who you are as a person and like if I connect.
True
and
pansexual
vibe.
answer.
True pansexual. No, it doesn't matter what you have like down there. I guess like there is something about being able to like deep throat or like take a big dick like really well though, that just like on camera it looks really good, and like being able to deep throat it is like, it's a flex. Like,
so if we're talking industry wise, like everyone like loves to see like a girl take on a big dick. Like that's just like there's just a big fetish around it, I feel like. So I feel like in the industry sense it's more important in a way. Not to say that small dicks don't make it.
No, there's plenty in the industry.
Yeah.
I mean, like there's like famous male porn stars who have small cocks. Like, that's just what
and they can just fuck, and they can like you know, they focus like also know how to like pleasure a woman in many other ways.
Well, like as well, like from it's why Spider-Man was so popular, is that he's more relatable. So like some dude rocking out for 12-inch cock is like just not relatable, right? Like it's monster dick. It's like 0.1% of the population have that. It's not. It's like huge compared to like normal standards. So like it's unrelatable. But you're right. There's like a conquering of the cock sort of thing, right?
It's like watch me put 10 inches down my throat. You know, that's always like a attention grabber. I feel like if you're sending out a video, you're like a huge dildo or like a huge whatever, you know.
If you can get two.
They love
it's so I didn't know I could do that until you can like, but I think it's like
you can get two in your mouth at the same time.
I can get two in like it's on there. But
guys, you can go find it yourself, guys.
You can go not as like dildos though, but like you can use a real thing if you try. But like I think it's just seeing like the massive like thing and like big eyes and like just like that. I don't know. It's just something about like getting like they just like, I think it's like the face fucking thing. Yeah.
It's a control thing too, right?
Power.
Like guys fuck for power. That's what they do it for. Like, it is. There's no hiding that. That's what we do it for. It's a control thing, right? So what about deep throat? Like that's a thing. Can you both deep throat or Yes. Oh, look at that. That eyebrow was like,
where throat goes.
Please. I could take this whole thing right now.
Watching that.
Like, I feel like we should have got some bananas in here and done some proper.
Who can go deep?
I've got videos of me over the years. Like my party trick is always just putting a whole banana down my throat. And
there is a banana sitting down the kitchen, and we should film a TikTok. If you want some marketing there, Stacey, that'll fucking pop off. It might get my TikTok banned, but that's funny. Okay, so that's great. What are some Vox Pop questions that we can get for clickbait? Connor's probably telling me to wrap up because he's... Yeah, go on. Tell me.
Oh, no, I mean getting it.
Oh, no, I was thinking of like crazy things. Okay, here's one. What is one thing you really, really want to do on camera that's like a bit like out there or like, but you just haven't had the opportunity yet?
Oh, I don't know the answer to that. You go first.
You've got, sorry, she's like, Stacey, line this up.
Expose myself.
Yeah, please, go.
Okay, I really like, I want to participate in a gangbang, personally. I just feel like it would be, I sort of have, well, not technically a gangbang, like, because it's only been 3 guys, not on my OnlyFans. Oh, no, 4 guys. So, like, but I really enjoyed it. I need to get a gangbang in there. I think, for me personally. And
what does that mean to you?
Bukkake, oh my God, I want a bukkake scene so bad. You have no idea, like, but I heard about some girl dying, so I'm just like, I will have to train. Yes, she drowned.
What?
Yes.
That's got to be
I'm not lying.
Wives' tale.
Fact check.
Fact check that girl dies of bukkake.
That would be, to be honest, like if I had to choose.
Don't Google that.
Don't Google the deep web.
Tell me. Okay, look, we're gonna get into this. If this makes the final episode, we're not sure, but what does that gangbang mean to you? Like, what is it? To explain the scene.
What's your vibe?
Oh, it's the scene. I guess it would just be like.
How many guys are we talking?
I don't know. I honestly don't know how many I could like take, but like
is it more the merrier? Or
the more the merrier, because in my head I think if it's at the same time, it's just like one dick, but it's like for lots. So it's like if you get fucked by one dick.
Are we talking like Adriana Chichik moment here? Like
like just like a whole like
football team. She was like 100 people or something. Maybe
not 100. I don't know.
No, but you know what I mean. Like it wasn't that much. But you know what I mean. Like there was that famous thing that like it made mainstream news. Like
damn, that's what I want to do. Guinness World Records, like.
Most dicks in the amount of time.
Yeah, they would be like, because I feel like if it's spread out, it would be painful. But if it's just constant dick, then it's just like for maybe an hour. Then that's normal.
A real
sex.
conquering of the cock.
It's a conquering of the cock, and like
you're gonna be like the final master at the end of like a video game. Or something.
That's what
Bowser taking on Bowser.
and all different.
And all his little toadstools.
Yeah, diverse cast. I love it.
Crazy. That is epic.
Wow.
Okay, before we get into yours, you got some time to think still. Okay, this is a Thumper question. Can that happen in New Zealand? Like, is there enough male talent to make that happen? Is that a thing? Like, what's the industry like here for men, like male talent?
It's pretty like lacking.
Yeah, I would say so, right?
Yeah, even to organize a gangbang for like personal things or anything is like challenging because like, especially if you aren't like if you're like a porn creator and stuff, and if you create professional content, when they ask to see a photo, they think it's a catfish. Like, there's no way that you're trying to get me to come over for a gangbang. Like, there's no way. And so you have to find like
Is this a dream?
Yeah, it's like you have to find like an actual content creator, and then that's so rare. And then to find guys that are like would be willing to, that would be able to get harder on other guys as well, would be a challenge.
And
too.
also like you're comfortable around, you know,
exactly.
you kind of like can't just invite a whole bunch of guys over like come like you
and
kind of want to like
thing.
know know who they are, what they're about, that kind of thing. I mean, I get messages all the time, people volunteering to they're like, if you even want me to just come eat your pussy, like no one has to tell.
But that's it. Like, there's safety things, right, as well. Like, not just like right there in the moment safety, but like, you know, like STIs, all that sort of stuff, like all that sort of safety as well. So that's like something like, what, you have to go overseas for that? Like, go to the US or
probably, but they'll all
Australia,
have to be,
maybe.
Yeah, they'll have
Australia's
to be, like,
porn
clean,
industry's way
professional.
bigger. Yeah, like the Australian sex industry, porn industry is way bigger, right? Like, it's way bigger than New Zealand, I should say, at least.
Maybe field
Anyway.
trip,
Yeah, Gold Coast, right? Gold Coast is like the Miami of.
We'll come support your Guinness World Record.
Fuck, I love that. That is so.
That's
That
my
is
dream.
so funny. And then just like hitting all of them in the face with your squirt, like.
Oh my god! And
just
then
like
that
smack. It's just like you got a couple in the face, and then you just like squirting the rest in the face. That is the best. I fucking love that.
Final bar.
Yeah, we got like an intern sitting in the room today, and she's just got like, this is day one intern. I fucking love this. Olivia's just like gonna go home. Is like, so what did you learn today at work? She's like,
I didn't know what bukkake was before this.
Yeah, so like these girls just want like cum in their face like from everywhere.
Squirt like a champagne bottle.
I love it. So good. Welcome to Attention Seeker.
I want to go back in there.
Yeah. She might not be back next Wednesday. And for you?
At this point, I like the idea of like sharing my partner,
Yep.
but he's like kind of like, I only have eyes for you. Like, I don't know, like if I
saying
could.
all the right things.
Yeah, and I'm like, to me.
Yeah.
But he's like more concerned. He's like, why do you not care like to see me with like another girl or whatever? And I'm like, I don't know. I feel like if we're like sharing him, it's kind of like it's a hot sexual experience, and I feel like I want to be able to experience everything like that. And I mean, I'm not going to force him to do anything, obviously.
Yeah,
but
I think he's got a rubber arm.
Yeah. I mean, I've convinced him to do. Not convinced him, but he's gotten used to a lot more ideas. So I'm sure eventually he might want to. Yeah. But that's something that I really want to do.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. And like, on the conversation of like asking guys to do things that like. In all honesty, is like most guys' fantasies. Yeah,
I'm like, why are you saying no? This is like, I'm asking you to come get your dick sucked by my hot friends.
Yeah.
Like, where's the L? What's wrong?
It's like that. There's that movie with like Chris Rock, and it's like the only thing better than pussy is another pussy, right? Like that's that. Yeah. That's that, I mean, that's pretty bad to be saying it that way, but like that's the thing, right? Is that saying? But in terms of like asking people for gangbangs and you know like. And all that sort of shit, and guys like getting offered by girls things that are crazy, like that they're like, wait, where did this come from? It is a pretty messed up thing. Like when I used to live in the Gold Coast, Gold Coast is fucked up, right? Like Gold Coast is like, you know, it's a southern hemisphere's like Sin City, right? Like it's mental. And so I lived there from when I was like 21 or 21 for like 12 years or so. And the amount of times I'd walk home from like the clubs or whatever. And I used to live in the city, and the amount of guys who are like would come down, they'll be like my age now, so they'll be like mid-30s. Yeah. And they're like, bro, like, what are you up to? I'm like, oh, I'm just heading home. And they're like, bro, you want to come up and fuck my wife? All the time.
Wow.
All the time. And I'm like,
gosh.
you're gonna steal my kidneys. You're gonna take my kidneys. Like that's all I could think. So I never said yes. Yeah. Like I would have got asked like, I don't know, 20 times, 30 times. But I could never say yes because there was this thing in my head like, they're going to send my kidneys. Like, why the fuck would someone let me just fuck their wife?
Like,
You know, cuckold is so popular.
No, I know.
Really, really popular.
But I didn't know that when I was in early 20s. Like now now it's like a whole thing.
Everyone's
people know it.
like talking about it.
But like in my early 20s, like I just didn't know. And like, you know, because like these are like, you know, like I'm quite a large island, like half island man, right? So like these were like skinny little white Australian boys. And so like you can tell that was the reason, right?
Yeah.
Like they were like, there's a gorilla.
There's a fetish around that. There is,
Yeah, it's like it's no different to like what you see on porn, which is like the big black guys fucking the white guys.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that. It was 100% that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I look at it, I was like, maybe I should have just said yes.
Yeah.
But at the time I was like, I'm gonna get my kidney stolen.
Yeah.
And like I wouldn't be surprised if that's like you messaging people for gangbang.
Yeah,
They're just
exactly.
like
They're just like no. And then
Yeah,
I ask for a photo and you seen it, and then I have to actually send one like that makes me look really horrifically ugly. Like something like that I look real disgusting in it's all something, and I'm just like in my pajamas and like no makeup, otherwise they will not think it's real. Like if you have any makeup on or anything like that, you have to really be like, no, I'm a real human being or like and stuff. So it's quite hard to like locate people and find them and be like, no, I actually just want to gangbang. I'm not like catfishing.
I feel like it is definitely something you're gonna have to do properly with proper talent.
Yeah,
Go to Australia. Like Australia's got a way big industry there.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of them. Like it's just way too dangerous.
Yeah.
Like the world's
Just getting
fucked up.
random.
Yeah, because the world's
Yeah.
fucked up. Guys are
And it's
fucked.
only getting
Yeah.
worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the guys are fucked. Like there's like watching this crazy shit that happens in the world, like even like the sex trafficking stories and shit. Like who knows what could happen, right?
Yeah,
All
exactly.
sorts of stuff.
That's why safety first always. And that's why
Always.
I love Thumper, because they are like all about us and the girls and like how comfortable we are and like making sure that we're safe and secure. And like even with like Stacey being here, like if I were to say something that could expose like who I am and stuff like that, or like in my personal life, she would be able to like be like, oh, like give me like tips and things like that. And so it's like having that support around you is like, because everyone slips up and it's so hard to keep those two worlds separate, but you
100%.
have to sometimes just for safety purposes. It depends on like what type of content you make or like how out there you want to go, but just for like, I think that's the thing to remember is like with online stuff is like you have to be like have cyber safety. It's
100%.
like yeah.
And even just like people that like photographers that we bring in, bringing new models into the house, like especially Stacey, or just like we're always having a conversation. Did everyone feel comfortable?
Yeah.
Like every single new photographer, did everyone like him? Was he okay? Like, would you want to work with him again?
Cool.
Things like that. Like because obviously a lot of like with people that we film with, like photographers and videographers, a lot of them are guys. I mean, there has been a few girls that do amazing jobs, but
it's a very male dominated industry.
So it's kind of like it's nice to like have people that are like comforting and like I can be full spread. Like literally 2 days ago I had to do a video with the videographer and I was tied to the chair, like full tie, like cut out,
Spread eagle.
3 of the girls are like using all kinds of toys on me, whatever. Video ends, knock on the door. I'm tied to the chair, red lights all over
We
the
run away,
room.
leave her.
No, they're like, and then they're like,
We were like-
and I'm like, guys, you can't leave me. I got a gag ball in. I can't even say anything. I'm just tied to the chair.
Fucking love that.
It's fucked up. But
How was that story not the one you led with?
Oh well, yeah, I was gonna
Tied
come
up,
back.
gag ball in my mouth,
Yeah.
3 people shoving things in my holes.
Yeah.
And then a knock on the door, but it ended up just being our friend Della or one of the girls in the team. But we thought it was the neighbors because the neighbor had just complained to the Airbnb host about there being cars in the driveway. And then we were like, shit, no way, the Airbnb host has just pulled up, and I'm like, like everyone was coming up, and I'm like, hey. So yeah, it was that was a really fun experience for me though. I've never been tied up like that before.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
I don't need to talk about that bit. Thank you. Thanks for that. Thanks for telling me about all the stories that you told us and coming on and talking about all that sort of stuff. I guess what I want to leave with is like, is there anything that we missed that you really wanted to make sure that like you tell the public that, hey, this is what we are and where we're at, or you expose yourself enough?
I feel like I had something. Wait, do you have something? And I'll come back to it.
I guess I have a 25% off at the moment, so feel free to subscribe. Just
love
a shameless plug.
Yeah, get it out there. Hey, most of my audience are men, so fucking throw it out.
Oh yeah, well, I'll put mine out there as well. You can, my OnlyFans is at Amara Rivers with 2 S's, or you can just go to my Instagram and it's Amara Julia Rivers, and the links to like everything else is in my bio. it.
Love it.
And also, I just have a note to say, if you're a guy and you're afraid of a girl licking your asshole, you just need to try it. You just need to try it. Trust me.
Have you eaten a guy's ass?
Yeah.
I haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to let it happen.
Maybe that's what I want to do on OnlyFans.
Yeah, you have to let it happen. You have to let it happen once. All right, girls. Thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Thank
for sharing your
you.
stories. Cheers.
Thank you.